Namaste everybody. Today I am going to discuss about process of speech production and this topic is given in the syllabus of M.Ed first semester ENGED 515 Phonetics and Phonology. So in our previous class, or let's say in my previous video, I discussed about AR stream mechanism, and today I am going to discuss about phonation process, oronasal process, and articulatory process. So, talking about the process of speech production, there are mainly four process of speech production. They are air stream mechanism, phonation process, oronasal process, and articulatory process. And in my previous video, I discussed about air stream mechanism. So today I am going to talk about phonation process, oronasal process, and articulatory process one by one. So these things I had already discussed in my previous video. You can watch going to my YouTube channel. So let me go ahead, and especially the second one is phonation process. So what is phonation process then? So talking about the phonation process, it is the technical term for the process of vibrating the vocal cords. So what you need to understand here is phonation process is the technical term, okay, for the process of vibrating the vocal cords, or let's say vocal folds. So it is commonly known as voicing process. Phonation process is also known as what? Voicing process. And this process of speech production deals with the various states of the glottis, and these various states of the glottis modify the what? Quality of sounds. So what is glottis then? Glottis is the gap between the vocal cords through which air released from the lungs passes. So the gap between the vocal cords is called glottis, and the glottis takes various positions because of the flexibility of vocal cords. Vocal cords are flexible, so because of that flexibility of the vocal cords, okay, glottis takes various positions. Then what happened? Air initiated from the lungs passes through the glottis in various ways, representing various types of phonation process. So, phonation is a general term which is used in phonetics to refer to any vocal activity that occurs in the larynx and whose role is neither the of the initiation nor of the articulation according to Crystal 2003. In the same way, any of those activities of the larynx which have neither initiatory nor articulatory function, okay, that is phonation process. And this is the statement said by Catford 1988. So on the basis of these two definitions, or let's say these two different, okay, these two sayings of Crystal and Catford, we can say that phonation is a midway process of speech production, referring to the movements of the vocal cords or states of the glottis that determine the quality of sounds. Okay, and if you go through the different writers, or let's say the phoneticians or linguists, you cannot find out the, let's say, uniformity among the linguists regarding the states of the glottis. And as in the diagram table, you can see here, okay, according to Hackett, there are four states of the glottis. What are they? Open, closed, voice, and whisper. In the same way, Abercrombie has also discussed four states of the glottis, namely open glottis, closed glottis, glottis in vibration, narrowed glottis. In the same way, Lady Forget. According to Lady Forget, there are again four states of the glottis. What are they? One is voiceless state, voice state, murmur state, and creaky state. And Cadford, according to Cadford, there are five states of the glottis. One is voicelessness, closed glottis, voice, whisper, and crack. And Gegrit said that there are three states of the glottis. One is open, next one is closed, and the next one is narrow glottis. So, on the basis of, let's say, this table, we can say that different phoneticians, or let's say different linguists, have their own thought, or let's say own argument regarding the different states of the glottis. Okay, there is not uniformity among the linguists or phonetician regarding the states of glottis. So, Hackett, according to Hackett, there are four states of the glottis that I already told you. And what are they? Again, you can see here open glottis, closed, voice, and next one is whisper. Now, the description is here. So, what happened in the open glottis? The vocal folds are held wide apart and air passes freely through the glottis without vibration. And this position is used for the voiceless sounds like pataka, pathasa, sacha. And next one is closed glottis. And in the closed glottis, the vocal cords are completely closed. And that stops the airflow coming from the lungs. And this position produces the glottal stop, which is symbolized as this type of sound, which you can see on the screen there. Next one is voice. So in the voice state, what happened? The vocal folds are close together, but they are not tightly together. They are close together and, vibrate as air passes through them. And this position is responsible for the production of voiced sounds. And talking about English language, there are 15 voiced sounds. They are badaga, bada, jajaja, mananga, lara, waya. So these sounds are produced with this type of state of the glottis. And next one is the whisper. And what happened here? In whisper, the vocal folds are close together but do not have a vibration. And there is a small opening at the back part that allows air to pass with friction, producing a whispering sound. Okay. Next one is Abercrombie. According to Abercrombie, there are again four states of the glottis. They are open glottis, glottis in vibration, narrowed glottis, and another one is closed glottis. And the essence of Hackett and Abercrombie is the same. Only the difference is that terminology. Only the name is different. The function is the same. That's why whatever I discussed about the states of the glottis given by Hackett, same you can describe here by Abercrombie 1967. And next one is Lady Forget. According to Lady Forget, again there are four states of the glottis. One is voice state, another one is voiceless state, murmur state, and next one is cracky voice state. Okay. So, voice state. Talking about the voice state by Lady Forget, vocal cords are close together. Then there is a vibration, and in this state, voiced sounds are produced. And voiced sound in English means all vowels and 15 consonants except those 9 voiceless. And voiceless state, the vocal folds are wide apart and air passes freely without any vibration. And with this state of the glottis, voiceless sounds like pataka, patasa, sacha are produced according to Lady Forget. Next one is murmur state. That is also called breathy voice. Then here what happened? The vocal folds are partially closed and vibrate. But air escapes through the small gap, and because, okay, with this state, murmur state or breathy voice sounds are produced, and we don't have this type of sound in English, but in Hindi or Nepali, we have this type of sound like bha, dha, ga. Okay. Next one is creaky voice state. And in this, okay, state, what happened? Vocal folds are tightly held and vibrate irregularly. No, there is a vibration, but irregular vibration of the vocal folds. And through this state of the glottis, creaky or low pitch sounds are produced. And these are often used in tone languages or for voice effects. And creaky voiced, as you can see in the symbol, diacritic in some varieties of English are Jalpa, Mazatek language. This type of sound is found. Next one is according to Catford. And Catford has discussed four states of the glottis. One is voicelessness, with the glottis wide open, then voiceless sounds are produced. Whisper, with a considerable narrowed glottis. Next one is voice, with the vibrating of vocal cords, false or vocal cords, and voiced sounds are produced. And next one is crack, by keeping the vocal folds closed most of their length. And apart from these four, Catford has discussed another also, that is closed glottis, but actually according to him that is not a phonation process, because phonation always involves a flow of air through the glottis, and in that there is not the flow of air through the glottis. So talking about the Catford, okay, you have to mention these four states of the glottis. Next one is Gegridge, and Gegridge has discussed other three types of the glottis. They are open, closed, and narrow. So these are the different states of the glottis given by different phoneticians. So when we combine these all, let's say, states of the glottis given by different scholars, we can say that there are 6 different states of the glottis. So what are they? While combining these all, we can make these 6 states of the glottis. One is open glottis, next one is narrow glottis, closed glottis, murmur or breathy voice, creaky voice, and next one is whisper sound. So these are the common 6 states of the glottis. So first one is open glottis, and through open glottis, voiceless sounds are produced, and in the open glottis, vocal cords are widely apart, and air released from the lungs passes through the glottis without any vibration. And condition of the glottis you can see on the screen, on the picture. And next one is narrow glottis, and through narrow glottis voiced sounds are produced, and the condition of the glottis is like this, is seen in the picture. Vocal cords are brought together in such a way that only a narrow gap is left. That's why air stream to pass through that glottis, and while passing there is a vibration and voice sounds are produced like badaga, badajajaja, managa, laravaya. And next one is closed glottis. Look at, and glottal stop sounds are produced with this type of glottis. Closed glottis. Vocal cords are tightly together, tightly closed. You cannot see two vocal cords here, look, because they are tightly together, and that is seen as a single one. But there are two vocal cords. And through this state of the glottis, glottal stop sound, this type of sound that you have seen here on the screen, this type of sound is produced. And this sound is mainly found in Arabic language, and probably most Americans and many British speakers have a glottal stop followed by a syllabic nasal in words like bitten, kitten, and fatten, which can be phonemically transcribed as in the on the screen. Okay, bitten, kitten, fatten. And Gegris 2009 argues that glottal stop is sometimes heard in English preceding a forcefully pronounced vowel, is in out, while saying this type of word. Also out, when we say this glottal stop is pronounced. are used. So in many accents of English, the glottal stop can replace t in words such as football and bottle, as you see here, football, football, bottle, okay, like this. And the another one is murmur. Instead of the glottis, through this breathy voice are produced. Then what happened here? Vocal cords slightly apart, and there is a vibration. And okay, in breathy voice, the vocal cords vibrate but allow a considerable amount of air to escape at the same time. This adds noise and to the sound produced by the vocal cords. And when the vocal cords vibrate, they do not actually come completely together. Instead, they appear to be simply flapping. Okay, they remain flapping in the air stream, and the sounds produced with this state of glottis are called murmur sound. And murmur sounds occur in English in the pronunciation of ha sound if that comes between two vowel sounds, as in the example ahead and behind. And according to Rock, traditionally it is believed that breathy voice makes the sound of the women very attractive. This is the conventional belief. So next one is cracky voice. And in cracky voice, the vocal cords are slightly apart at the anterior end, means at the front part, but they are tightly together at the posterior part, means back part. It means in this state, the arytenoid cartilages are tightly together so that vocal folds can vibrate only at the anterior end, means at the front part only. And cracky voiced sounds are also called laryngalized sounds, and IPA diacritic to indicate cracky voice is this. Okay, this type of diacritic, as you have seen here, is used under the symbol, okay, in the IPA diacritic. Later, in the next topic, we discuss about the IPA diacritic, which will make you more clear about it. And some languages have cracky voiced consonants, like the Hausa language of West Africa can be taken as an example. And Roque 1992 says that in English it is most commonly found in the adult male voice when the pitch of the voice is very low. And next one is whisper sound. And whisper sound, in the production of whisper sound, the state of the glottis is shown in the picture. So, means vocal cords are not tightly together. They are a little bit apart, and there is a small gap between vocal cords. So, in the production of voicelessness, the glottis is wide open. Okay, don't be confused with the voicelessness and whisper sound. Even in the whisper sound, there is no vibration, as in the let's say voiceless state. But what happened here? The difference is in this state, vocal cords are not very much wide apart, but there is what considerably narrowed. Vocal cords are considerably narrowed, but in the voicelessness, they are widely apart or widely open. So in this state, the vocal cords are brought fairly close together until there is a small space between them, and air from the lungs is then forced through the hole, but the vocal cords do not vibrate and produce soft hissing noise, which is typically known as whisper sound. And these sounds are found in the production of vowel sounds of some language of North America. Okay, these are the 6 different states of the glottis. Okay, so talking about the phonation process is mainly related to the states of the glottis, and these are the 6 states of the glottis. These are the 6 common states of the glottis. Okay, there is not uniformity among the scholars, among the phoneticians. They have said different types of, they have discussed different types of states of the glottis. But when we combine all of them, we can make these 6 different states of the glottis that I just discussed to you. Now next one is third one. Third process of speech production is oronasal process. So oronasal process deals with whether sounds are produced with the air flowing out through the nasal cavity or through the oral cavity. That's why in the oronasal process, velum plays the significant role. Okay, in the phonation process, glottis plays the important role. But in the oronasal process, velum plays the significant role because when the velum means soft palate is lowered, then oral cavity is blocked, then nasal sounds are produced. When velum is raised, then what happened? Nasal cavity is blocked and air passes through the oral cavity and oral sounds are produced. So, on the basis of raising and lowering of the velum, the speech sounds can be categorized into three types. One is oral, nasal, and next one is nasalized. So, first one is oral sound. Look at the velum is raised and nasal cavity is blocked. Then air passes through the oral cavity and oral sounds like potaka, bodaga, this type of sounds are produced in the oral sound. This is called oral sound. And nasal sound, look at the picture. That velum is lowered and oral cavity is blocked. Air passes through the nasal cavity and nasal sounds are produced. That is called monongo. These sounds are produced. And next one is nasalized sound. And nasalized sound, that velum remain constant. Neither it blocks the oral cavity, nor it blocks the nasal cavity. That's why air passes through the oral cavity also and nasal cavity also. And when the air passes in this way, then nasalized sound are produced. And nasalized sound, man, when you say man, that air of man becomes nasalized because of the effect of following no, that is no sound, which is nasalized sound. Okay, yeah, while saying man, okay, you will produce man is nasalized. That air becomes nasalized. Okay, when you say cat, that air is not nasalized. But when you say man, that air is nasalized. And nasalized sound are written in this way. Before the sound symbol, you have to give this type of, let's say, diacritic. This is IPA diacritic for nasalized sound. So these are the three types of the sounds based on the oronasal process. One is nasal, oral, and nasalized. Now, next one is articulatory process. Fourth one, we are discussing about the process of speech production. First one is airstream mechanism that I have discussed in the previous video. And second one is phonation process. Third one is oronasal process. And the last one is articulatory process. So, what is articulation then? Articulation refers to the movement of the articulators for the production of speech production. That is called articulation. Movement of the articulators. And articulators are the organs of the speech. Okay, like teeth, lips, tongue. These are the articulators, and movement of the articulators is called articulation. And talking about the articulators, okay, what are articulators then? Look at here, the last part. The vocal organs which are involved in shaping or articulating the air stream to generate a specific type of sound are called articulators. And articulators, there are two types of articulators. One is active articulators, next one is passive articulators. Then active articulators means those organs which are movable, like tongue, lower lip, because they move. So they are the active articulators. Those organs which remain constant, okay, do not move. They are called passive articulators, like alveolar ridge, teeth, hard palate. These are the examples of passive articulators. In the same way, there is another category of, let's say, articulators, that is upper articulator, and next one is lower articulator, okay, which are located at the upper part of the mouth. They are called upper articulators, and which are located at the lower part of the mouth. They are called lower articulators. like upper teeth, upper lip, alveolar ridge, hard palate. These are upper articulators. And lower lip, then tongue. These are the lower articulators. Okay. So, on the basis of this articulatory process, sounds are classified into different types. And in order to make the classification of the sounds, we can classify based on the two parameters. One is phonetic classification and next one is phonological classification. So phonetic classification is also known as articulator classification or physical classification, and phonological classification is also known as functional classification. So according to physical classification or phonetic classification or articulator classification, sounds are classified into two types. They are vocoid and contoid. Vocoid and contoid. So these terms, vocoid and contoid, were invented by American phonetician or linguist Kenneth Lee Pike. So vocoid sound means, okay, be clear here. Vocoid sounds means that type of sounds which are produced without any obstruction in the oral cavity. Let me repeat again. Vocoid sounds are that type of sounds which are produced without any obstruction in the oral tract or vocal tract. They are called vocoid sounds. So talking about the English language, all vowels are vocoid and ya, wa, semi-vowels, consonant, ya, wa are also vocoid sounds. Why? Because in the production of these sounds, there is no any kind of obstruction in the oral cavity. And on the other hand, those sounds which are produced with obstruction in the vocal tract are called contoid sounds. And talking about the English language, all consonants except ya, wa are the contoid sound. So all vowels and ya, wa consonant, they are vocoid. All consonants except ya, wa are contoid. Okay. And next one is phonological classification. That is also called functional classification. And according to phonological classification, again, sounds are classified into two types. One is syllabic and next one is non-syllabic sound. Syllabic sound, non-syllabic sounds. So, syllabic sounds means those sounds which make the syllable. So, in English, all vowels are syllabic because they make the syllable. And consonant, talking about the consonant, mo, no, la. These are also syllabic consonant. Why? Because they also make syllable without vowel also if they occur in the word final position. Okay. So if mo, no, la come in the word final position, they make the syllable. So they are also syllabic consonant. Okay. All vowels are syllabic and mo, no, la, these three consonants are also syllabic sounds. But in one condition. What is the condition? They have to come in the word final position only. If they come in the word initial position or if they come in the word middle position, they do not make the syllable. If they come in the word final position, then only they make the syllable. So, syllabic sound means all vowels plus monol with condition. Condition is what? They have to come in the word final position. And non-syllabic, all consonant except monol. And even monol are also non-syllabic. Monol are syllabic also, non-syllabic also. They are syllabic if they occur in the word final position. They are non-syllabic if they occur in the initial position and in the middle position. Okay, you have to understand in this way. So, combined classification. Okay, if we combine these two type of classification, then we can make different, okay, four types. One is syllabic vocoid, non-syllabic vocoid, syllabic contoid, non-syllabic contoid. So, syllabic vocoid means syllabic boquet. What are the syllabic boquet? All vowels. They are syllabic boquet. Okay. And all vowels are syllabic boquet because they make the syllable. And non-syllabic boquet, yawa. They are boquet but non-syllabic. All vowels are syllabic as well as boquet. So they are syllabic boquet. And yawa, they are boquet but not syllabic. So they are non-syllabic boquet. And syllabic contoid and non-syllabic contoid. So talking about the syllabic contoid, okay, you can see this okay table. So syllabic boquet, look, syllabic boquet means all vowels they are syllabic boquet. Syllabic boquet, match this. Syllabic boquet. Then this is all vowels. Syllabic uh, non-syllabic boquet means yawa, they are non-syllabic boquet. And syllabic contoid, monala, they are syllabic contoid. But in condition, what is that? If they occur in the word final position. And non-syllabic contoid, all consonants except yawa, because yawa are vocoid. So non-syllabic contoid means all consonants except yawa, because yawa are vocoid. And non-syllabic contoid means monala, but in the condition, that is if they occur in the word final position. Okay, this is all about the process of speech production, which is given in the syllabus of M.Ed first semester phonetics and phonology uh, under 1.2. And in the previous video, I talked about airstream mechanism. You can watch it. And in this video, I discussed about three. One is phonation process, next one is oronasal process, and next one is articulatory process. Okay, this is all about the process of speech production, and this topic is very important to you for the sake of examination also. And I hope that this video will help you to be clear regarding the process of speech production. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for watching the video.